Yeah! What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Vinyl this time, and we are going to be taking a trip down memory lane for this one, as I have a whole bunch of records that go through the vast majority of pop culture, cartoons, and other entertaining shit. But first off, what we're listening to in the background: He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, the original television soundtrack. Yeah. This is a 2015 release through La La Land Records, and pretty much this is a compilation of music from the original He-Man and the Masters of the Universe television series. It has all the theme songs, all the cues, all the little intro and outro bits that you know that transition from one scene to the next. This is a really, really killer CD compilation, and if you're into classic He-Man, if you're into classic cartoons, you're probably going to really love this soundtrack. I would highly, highly recommend it, if anything, for the very informative booklet and stuff that it comes with. Alright. If any of you guys know me personally, you probably know that in addition to being a full-on bona fide metal lifer, I am also a very bona fide pop culture fanatic. I love movies. I love TV shows. I love cartoons. I love a whole bunch of stuff. And aside from getting into collecting metal records and stuff, I wanted to have some records and music that represent my childhood. Stuff that I really loved when I was little, and stuff that I still enjoy to this very day. And I have 4 records to show you here, and they are all from the same label. They are a label based out of New York called Enjoy the Ride Records. They put out records that specialize in cartoons, TV series, movies, soundtracks, 7-inch records, 7-inch, 12-inch records, and the first one we're going to start off with is one that I'm pretty sure none of you will be surprised that I own, but everybody told me, "Do you have this record? I'm surprised you don't have this record yet, Josh." Well, I've had this one for a while, and I do have this record. This is the SpongeBob SquarePants original theme highlights record. Yeah. This is a 2015 release through Enjoy the Ride, Enjoy the Tunes Records, and pretty much this is a compilation of songs and segments from the animated Nickelodeon television series SpongeBob SquarePants. It's really not anything that you haven't heard before. I mean, you have the original theme song in all of its glory. You have the song from Ween, Loop de Loop. You have the Texas song from Sandy, and you also have the Pantera instrumental. The pre-hibernation episode is absolutely classic. And you also have Ripped Pants, the fun song, and SpongeBob Scaredy Pants from the Halloween, the very awesome Halloween episode. Of course, all these songs still hold up. They still hold up well almost 20 plus years later. And of course, as a bona fide SpongeBob fan, this was inevitable that I own a vinyl record of something related to my favorite cartoon of all time. And I'm very, very pleased and happy to have this one. So anyway, here's the front cover. There you see SpongeBob in all of his glory. And I know that me holding a SpongeBob record is probably going to irritate some of you, and I say good. Back cover, track listing and information. There you have all the tracks on the back here. Came with this neato little insert that has more information, some lyrics, more expanded photos and animation. Very, very cool. And this has gone through multiple vinyl pressings, and I believe this is the 3rd press that I have, and this is on a 45 RPM record. It is on a transparent yellow with yellow, red, and brown splatter. Absolutely beautiful. Sounds amazing. Plays amazing. Once again, it's on 45 RPM record, so if you play this one, you're going to have to turn adjust the speed on your turntable to listen to this one. but I'm super happy to have this one. Classic SpongeBob stuff, and I'm hoping that one day there'll be more songs within the SpongeBob universe that can be pressed to vinyl. So yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants, original theme highlights. Check this one out. Next up is another Nickelodeon cartoon and this is also the most recent, one of the more recent releases from Enjoy the Ride, Enjoy the Tunes. And this is another classic Nickelodeon television series that I grew up with and I still love to this very day. This is Ren and Stimpy, You Idiots. Yeah. This was originally released in 1993, and I got the cassette tape of this when I was young. I had the orange cassette tape of this when it came out, and of course, several decades later, I would come to find a CD at a local CD exchange, and when I found out that this was getting released to vinyl, I was absolutely shocked. I didn't think this was ever going to fucking happen, but I'm very, very glad that it did. And of course, if you know Ren and Stimpy, you know the friendship, relationship, whatever the hell you want to call it, between Ren Hoek and Stimson J. Cat, going through all these crazy, crazy adventures together, whether it be wholesome entertainment through the Nickelodeon series or the adult-orientated party cartoons from the Spike TV days. I love anything and everything Ren and Stimpy has ever done, and of course, a lot of these songs still hold up very well today. Of course, the classic Ren and Stimpy theme song, done all jazzified, the Happy Happy Joy Joy song, the original stuff like the Better Than No One, and the Sven song, Sven Hoek, amazing stuff. The song from Ren's Pecs, the Royal Canadian and Kilted Yaxman theme song, the Big House Blues stuff. Absolutely amazing stuff. And if you're a Ren and Stimpy fan, I would highly recommend getting a copy of this, whether it be on old school tape, CD, or newly pressed vinyl. So anyway, here's the front cover. Classic Ren and Stimpy picture. Ren and Stimpy, You Idiot. Back cover. More animation, track listing, and credits. Comes with this lyric insert. You see them doing the Happy Happy Joy Joy dance. Printed lyrics on the inside. More lyrics and stuff on the back. Very, very cool. And this got pressed on multiple vinyl variations. I believe there was also a version that had, I believe it was glow in the dark, and it had gritty kitty cat litter in it or something. It was one of those expensive $100 records. But I opted to stay with one of the more limited variants of this one, and this is on a very nice powdered Toast Man variant. It is a red and blue with a tan sort of strip in the middle. Absolutely beautiful. Plays wonderfully. And you see side B. Absolutely badass. But yeah. Classic Ren and Stimpy music. Yeah, if you're a fan of this show, I would highly recommend looking up and listening to You Idiot. It still holds up well all these decades later. So yeah, Ren and Stimpy, You Idiot. Go check this one out. Next up, we're heading into the 80s with an absolutely iconic cartoon, and back when this cartoon was out, you could tell that there was some seriously crazy, crazy music, whether it have been orchestral or synth-driven. This soundtrack still holds up perfectly. This is Transformers with 80s TV classics. Music from Transformers, original television series score. Yeah, quite a mouthful to say there, but yeah. Yeah, Transformers. What can I say about Transformers that hasn't already been said by many other people throughout the decades? Classic cartoon series involving Autobots and Decepticons, Optimus Prime, Megatron, Soundwave, Bumblebee, Starscream. So many memorable characters, even the Dinobots. I love the Dinobots too. But this is a compilation of songs and music from the first 3 generations of the Transformers cartoon. Of course, the first season had some really, really awesome orchestral music going for it, but as the seasons went on, things began to take a bit of a more synth-orientated step. and you can definitely tell the shift change in seasons. Some seasons are definitely better than others, but the first couple of classic seasons have that very awesome action-packed step to them, and I think it's really, really awesome. But yeah, if you're into Transformers, I would highly recommend looking into this soundtrack. It is absolutely killer stuff. And yeah, here's the front cover. Autobots versus Decepticons on the front cover. Super, super nice. Back cover with track listings. More pictures of the Autobots and Decepticons. Killer gatefold with track and song credits and information. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And this had multiple vinyl variations, but the version I was able to get a hold of is this split vinyl of Megatron. This is a Megatron split. Half silver gray, half purple. There you see side Autobots, side Decepticons. You get a lot of the Season 3 stuff on this Decepticon side of the disc. Very, very killer. But yeah, Transformers had a great soundtrack. Of course, the movie soundtrack is absolutely killer too. I would highly recommend listening to that. Or if you've ever seen the movie, or if you've heard the soundtrack, I would highly recommend listening to any of this. It is awesome, awesome stuff. So yeah, the Transformers 80s soundtrack. Go check this one out. And the last thing I'm going to show you here is something related to video games. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love fighting games. I'm very big into fighting games. I love Street Fighter. I love Mortal Kombat. I love playing those games a lot. And it was inevitable that I was going to have some sort of music related to one of those things. And here we are with this thing. This is the Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 original soundtrack. Yeah. Yeah, I love Mortal Kombat, and I remember all the days when I used to go to pizza places and see Mortal Kombat in the arcades, and as time went on and years went on, all the games changed. We had Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 4, and eventually to where Mortal Kombat today is just a platform console for your PlayStation or your Xbox. It is really, really crazy stuff. But the original soundtracks to Mortal Kombat are absolutely awesome. Of course, you know Dan Forden is the man behind the music to the soundtracks. And of course, he's the guy that does the toasty thing. If you ever see the video games, he pops up and he says, "Toasty!" Really, really cool. But you have music from the first 2 Mortal Kombat games, all the classic interludes and elements. I mean, you have songs like The Courtyard, The Pit, The Bridge, the Bridge, the Goro theme, and then of course you have stuff from Mortal Kombat 2, like the Deadpool stage, the Screaming Forest stage, the Portal, the end theme with Shao Kahn. But of course this LP also has some neat little extras. You have like a little example of how the sound is with Mortal Kombat 2. You hear the select screen going off, you hear fighters fighting, and you hear some fatality sounds. It's really, really cool. There's also a re-recording of the Mortal Kombat theme from the 1995 movie, which I think is really, really nice. And since I mentioned Toasty earlier, there's a hidden groove on the record that lets you hear the actual Toasty saying in its entirety. You just gotta look for it carefully. And yeah, really, really killer stuff. So anyway, here's the front cover. There you see both Mortal Kombat logos for 1 and 2. Back cover with track listing and information. There you see the select screen for Mortal Kombat 2. Track listings. There you see Shang Tsung right there. This is probably my favorite part of this whole thing, is this gatefold, where you have the Deadpool stage. You have Baraka decapitating Reptile. Although I always love the fatality of somebody getting uppercutted into that acid pool, the skeleton coming out, and them saying, "Aw." Really cool. And this vinyl had multiple variations, but the version that I got came on this pretty cool fatality blood-dipped red vinyl color. There you see half transparent red, half clear. Then you see the Mortal Kombat 1 logo, Mortal Kombat 2 logo. I think the locked groove is in here somewhere. You just got to you got to look for it. I know there's a full vinyl rip of this online on YouTube to watch, and you'll see where the exact groove is, which I definitely think is a nice little extra thrown in there. But yeah, if you're into video game soundtracks, if you're into Mortal Kombat, I would highly recommend you check out this compilation of songs from the first 2 Mortal Kombat video games. Absolutely killer. And speaking of Mortal Kombat, have y'all seen the trailer for the movie coming out in April? I'm really, really looking forward to it, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how the fatalities are going to look in a film format. I don't know if they're going to be as grisly as Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to conclude this video. If you happen to have heard or own any of these releases, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, we can go from there. I got some 2020 reviews from last year that I'm going to be covering for next week, so get ready for that. And a debut of a brand new segment I'm going to talk about on this channel. So have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Ho out.